Welcome back to the RebelLUG YouTube channel. My name is Joe, and today I'm going to be doing a bit of a different video from what you may have seen here. This is the first video in a series that we are planning where different RebelLUG members are going to be giving room tours and showing off how they store their collection and then a little bit of what their room looks like where their build process takes place. So this here is where most of my building occurs. I have a pretty nice table. It's like 4x4. And then most of the pieces that I use in pretty much every build, I have stored right here. So most of my pieces are sorted by color, but then a lot of them are also broken down into various piece types. So if we take a look at brown, I have a bunch of all the round brown pieces here and here. I've got slopes in these, and then each one has a different sort of thing, like these are tiles. And that's pretty much how it goes through with all of the different colors. Pieces that I use a lot, I have sorted out, and I just recently moved them to here. So I've got all the different snot bricks on these rows. These are all different clips. And then up here are different hinge plates. So because I use them in almost every build, I try to keep them centralized to my building location. Over here, those are the different papers that I use when taking photos. And then up here, I've got a bunch of trans clear parts, Technic, and so this is primarily where I do my building. Just below this table, I've got all of my white bricks, my light gray bricks, and dark gray bricks. And my light gray started overflowing, so I need to get another container for that. So as I move around the room, over here I have a few different sets and mocks. Got Helm's Deep. This is the original Barracuda. This was actually my dad's ship growing up, and I just recently rebuilt the entire thing and then also cleaned up the sails a little bit because they were a little bit dusty, but it's pretty much entirely complete. There's just a couple of pieces that I still need to sort out from my other collection, which I'll show in a minute. And then I also have the new Barracuda here, and then just a few other sets, and then of course Shirtless Woody there. This here's my just computer gaming area slash work area. Over here, this is where I have a number of just bulk type parts. So I've got like a lot of different panes and wall pieces in here. They're kind of bulky, so they don't really fit into the smaller containers. This is just bulk plates that I use in a lot of different builds. And then in here is where I have 2x4s, 2x6s, and other bricks which I use for filler. This red tote contains all of my Bionicles, so it's probably about like this full. I don't use those pieces super frequently, but occasionally I'll break them out. Up here, these are pieces that I have a bunch of, and they're just sorted in bags. Most of them are rockwork related pieces, but then I have a couple other things like flags and just other miscellaneous parts, which I use for certain things. A number of minifigures. I have my Lord of the Rings figures here as well as in one other spot. This is the pieces, both this tote and this tote, both just have old sets that I still am in the process of sorting. And then that's just my miscellaneous bin that I need to sort at some point. Further along, I've got more parts on this wall. This is where most of my dark gray and light gray slopes are. So I have the main bucket with all of the pieces in them, and then the individual slopes and things like tiles are broken out specifically so that I can more easily access them. Up here, I have all of my minifig parts sorted out by torsos, legs, hats, hair, heads. This is like stuff that goes on the back. And then there's a few other miscellaneous containers of pieces here. On this wall, I've got some more colors, and then a few other things that are sorted out by piece type. This is all just 1x1 round studs. And here, these are studs with holes in them, and then like 1x2 plates, like, rounded ones. Then I've also got these. These containers are really unsorted and I need to go through them, but it's just got a bunch of miscellaneous smaller parts. And then in here, these are minifig accessories. Again, pretty unsorted. Then down below, I've got a couple of architecture sets, and then all of my pab cups, which have a variety of pieces. And then in some of these cups, I have things like wedge plates in dark gray, black, and light gray, which those are kind of just a little too bulky to have in some of the smaller containers. And then the final area is just where I keep some of my mocks, just in this other room. And most of them are actually sorted right now, but I do still have a few that I have on display out here. And sometimes this table is very full, but as right now, it's kind of empty since I'm gearing up for another large build. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and remember, this is the first in a series that we're hoping to do where RebelLUG members show off their rooms and their build spaces. So if you like the video, be sure to like it and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more RebelLUG room tours. Thanks, have a great day.